NFL Week 11 Anytime Touchdown Props. We cashed our biggest long shot play of the season last week at plus 740 odds. We're going to look to run it back again this week with another long shot at plus 500. I also have my 3 official plays like we do on a weekly basis. And then we'll wrap up those 3 plays into a plus 708 pay dirt parlay. I'm also in action with clients this weekend. I have a 5% NFL max bet. We're 7-4 with those plays so far this season, and we've pulled in a profit in 6 of our last 9 weeks. I'll be attaching all my plays to that package, sides, totals, player props, and any look-aheads that I may have for Monday Night Football. As always, if you guys enjoy this content, smash that like button for me if you would. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And drop those anytime touchdown picks in the comment section. You guys always come up with some great looks. I'll be checking those comments and responding back to you guys. So Week 10 recap, Kyren Williams got the job done early for us. Unfortunately, Judkins and Jalen Hurts let us down. I love that Jalen Hurts play against Green Bay, but pretty tough to score a touchdown when there's only a couple in the entire game. Good news is we cashed our long shot play. Bills tight end Jackson Hawes at plus 740 gets the job done. So we'll look to cash another big long shot this week. But we'll start off with our number 1 play on the list. And we've cashed this play in 7 of our last 10 videos. That's going to be CeeDee Lamb on Monday Night Football. Plus 115 odds over at FanDuel. So Lamb only has 1 touchdown on the season, but he has been limited to only 6 games due to an injury. And the key to this play is Lamb, he's an absolute monster the week after his bye week. Last season, 146 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. 2023, 158 and 2 touchdowns. Season before that, 150 and 2 touchdowns. Season before that, he doesn't score, but he does record 112 receiving yards. Lamb and Dak Prescott as well lighted up after the bye week. Much stronger in games post-bye week, but that week right after the bye, they tend to really rip it up. And Prescott should have plenty of time to throw here against the Raiders team that ranks 25th in sack rate at 5.7%. Raiders also allowing the 11th most wide receiver touchdowns this season with 11 after Franklin scored against them last week. Dallas favored by 3, total sitting at 49. Should be a pretty high-scoring affair here, and I see Prescott and Lamb really lighting it up. Prescott having plenty of time to operate, and when he has that time, he's lethal. And let's look for another monster game out of CeeDee Lamb. We just need 1 touchdown to cash this one at plus 115 odds. Number 2 on the list, this is our only minus play on the week. We're going to go to Bijan Robinson minus 130 over at DK. He's only scored in 4 of his last 9 games, but he seems due for a score here after not scoring a touchdown in 3 straight games. Tyler Algier kind of takes over some of these looks inside the 10-yard line in the red zone. When you look at carries inside the 10, Algier has 13 compared to Robinson's 5, but I see this being a spot where Robinson could bust a long one here, and a nice spot here against Carolina. He's had some big games against them in the past, and he scored a touchdown in 3 of 5 head-to-head matchups with 5 total touchdowns. He's had a couple of multi-touchdown games against them. Great offensive line in Atlanta, just outside the top 5 in run block grade according to PFF. And then you got the Carolina defensive front, bottom 5 in run defensive success and run D success rate. This is a big revenge spot for the Falcons after that 30-0 drubbing they took in Carolina in week 3. I don't see them letting the foot off the gas here. They're favored by 3.5 last time I looked. I like the Falcons in this spot at home. We've seen Bryce Young and the Panthers struggle when they play on the road. So give me Bijan Robinson minus 130 as our number 2 play. Number 3, we're going back to another wide receiver. There was a comment a couple of weeks ago mentioning that I had done great with my wide receiver plays, and they were hoping that I start to look towards those again. We already started with one on CD Lamb. And number 3, we're going Justin Jefferson here. Best odds I could find, plus 111 over at Caesars. So this guy only has 2 touchdowns on the season, but one of those came in his first head-to-head game against Chicago, and he scored in his last 2 head-to-heads against the Bears. He's the number 1 red zone target for McCarthy and the Vikings with a 35.5% target share in the red zone. Bears are tied for the 3rd most wide receiver touchdowns at 13, and they're allowing 2.2 receiving touchdowns per game overall. The Chicago pass rush continues to plummet, and when J.J. McCarthy has time, that's when he's been able to find receivers like Justin Jefferson. So give me J.J. here at plus 111. And that wraps up our 3 official plays for the week. So we're going Justin Jefferson, Bijan Robinson, CD Lamb. You wrap them all up together. Pay Dirt Parlay pays $7.08 this week. And I love that one. I love that CD Lamb play. And I love the other 2 plays as well. We mentioned our long shot plus 500. And we're going right back to Jackson Hawes. After he got the job done last week in a game where Dalton Kincaid and Shakir both played. Now Kincaid, he hasn't practiced this week. It doesn't look like he's going to play. And then we got Shakir also listed as questionable. Like we mentioned, Hawes cashed for us last week. That was his 2nd touchdown of the season. And he's seen 7 targets now in the last 3 games. It doesn't sound like a lot, but for a guy that's sitting at plus 500... and for a guy that also saw only 4 targets in his first 6 games of the season, now he's seen 7 targets in the last 3. So Allen getting more and more comfortable with him, looking his way more often. Tampa Bay's allowed only 4 tight end touchdowns on the season, but they haven't faced a ton of high-level tight ends so far this season. And then this Bucs defense really dealing with some key injuries. Vita Vea, it doesn't look like he's going to play. He's questionable. Hassan Reddick, Antoine Winfield Jr., all questionable here. Those are some key injuries here. Buffalo coming off that embarrassing loss against the Bills. This feels like a get-right spot. Josh Allen is 6-3 ATS in games after a double-digit loss. We do have some rain and some slight wind projected here, but not a ton of wind, so I don't expect it to affect the passing game too much. And in the rain, Allen comfortable playing in that at Orchard Park, and sometimes it's a spot where the receivers can take advantage of the defenders as they know which direction they're running in, and sometimes you see these defenders slip. Let's look for Allen to look towards Hawes as a safety blanket here, with Kincaid most likely on the shelf, and potential for Shakir to be out or limited as well. So that's our long shot play. We'll go Jackson Hawes, plus 500. And like we said, our 3 official plays, Justin Jefferson, Bijan Robinson, CD Lamb. And that's the Pay Dirt Parlay, the 3 of those players for plus 708 odds. Guys, check out Sportsmemo and Picks and Parlays. You can get a 7-day all-access pass for $69 right now. That includes all sports, including 5% plays. Obviously breaks down to a little bit less than $10 per day. Normal cost on that package is $99. So that's some great value there, and it's a great way to see what I can offer you across all sports. I'm in action in the NFL. In college football, Player of the Week, we've cashed. We're on a 4-2 run with those. NBA hasn't gotten off to quite the start that I would like, but we finished number 1 during the regular season last year with 73 units of profit, so I'm fully expecting to bounce back there. And then NHL, it's been great. We're 14-5 on the season. That's number 2 over at Sportsmemo. It's right up there at Picks and Parlays as well. So utilize that package, guys. Check that out. You get 7 days, all access, $69. There's a bunch of other deals over there where you can get the rest of the calendar year for a great price. There's 3-day passes, year-long passes, you name it. Check it out over at Sportsmemo and Picks and Parlays. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's sweep the board this week. Let's cash the pay dirt parlay. And let's get another big long shot cash as well. That was exciting to see him cash that at plus 740. So good luck, guys. Leave some comments, hit that like button, and I'll see you next week.